Well, so much for Tyson Fury not kicking a man while he's down. Tyson Fury says Anthony Joshua quit, and once a quitter, always a quitter. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest in boxing. Now, Tyson Fury did an interview with IFL. He's preparing for his upcoming fight. And, you know, Tyson Fury, like I said at the beginning, when Joshua first got knocked out by Andy Ruiz, a lot of people were shocked. Not necessarily me, but, you know, the world at large, just because of who Joshua was built up as. Tyson Fury sent him, or on Twitter, he reacted to it and sent kind of a chill message, like, I'm not going to kick a man while he's down. Joshua, you know, he earned money and this and that, bounce back. And people are like, oh, man, Tyson Fury, he's turning over a new leaf. Now Tyson Fury is back to, he's been doing a lot of interviews for his fight week. And he's saying his kind of true breakdowns of what he thought. Tyson Fury said to IFL, quote, "It goes back to the same old thing. Anthony Joshua, he gave up on himself." So he's saying that he quit. He goes on to say he didn't get knocked out. He quit. He got jacked. He got put down twice and he got up twice. But he didn't show the referee that he wanted to continue. He spat his gum shield out and stood with his hands on the ropes. He quit. And when you quit once in your life, you're finished. If you lose to a better man, everybody loses. Muhammad Ali lost. Everyone will lose to a better man. Not all good men will quit. And he says, as far as like the conspiracy theories and sparring and all that, he said, I don't buy into too much of that. When someone loses, the team always has to find a reason for why they lost. It can't just be, oh, he was better than me. There's always a reason, whether it's the trainer, whether it's the toe, whether it's mental issues, family issues, whatever. There's always going to be a reason as to why he lost. Listen, I'm going to get my thoughts. I agree with a lot of what he said, because I said a lot of what he said. I still think there's more than meets the eye with the camp. You know, people can feel different ways about it, but I think there's some legs to the Joey Dwecko hurting him in sparring. Now, for the record, if you're new to the channel, I am not stipulating that Andy Ruiz did not deserve to win. Whatever you come, if you sign on the dotted line, you are cleared to fight. You lace him up, you put the, you know, hand wraps on, you put the gloves on and that gum shield in, then you are assigned to that duty. So Andy Ruiz won fair and square. If he was knocked out or something that should have prevented the fight, then that's up on him, on his team, to make sure the fight doesn't happen, you know. So if that didn't happen and they allowed him to go out there, then we're under the pretense that he's capable of going, right? So I still think there was more than meets the eye with some of that stuff. You know, just the visible reaction from the father, you know, going to attack Eddie Hearn and wanting to lay him out. Joey Dwecko's fighting on a Matchroom DAZN card now. The marks on Joshua's face, the different stories as to how they got on his face. So I disagree with Tyson Fury there. But one thing we can agree on, me and Tyson Fury, is that Joshua quit. And if you guys follow my channel, that's what I said. You know, I think Amir Khan quit. You know, that's two British fighters in high profile fights that were on pay-per-view. And I think Amir Khan quit versus Terrence Crawford. And I think that Anthony Joshua quit. I think Anthony Joshua, the reason why I consider it a quit is some people are saying, how did he quit? Because he got up 4 times. That's just the thing. I think it was a disastrous night. I think he was living in his head. I think he, you know, dreamt of some of these things or feared this moment. And when he got dropped the first time, he was like mentally checked out. You know, they said he had a concussion, whatever. I think part of it is Joshua has always told you his fears of losing and his insecurities. So when that moment was staring him in the face, he took the back door, period. If you listen to Joshua interviews, he always talked, because this is one of the things that new media, brought up as to why does Joshua keep talking about, oh, if I lose, it shouldn't define my career, and I don't want to lose, and when I fight Wilder, I want to be in the position to win. Like, he was always talking like this. That doesn't sound like the talk that I heard from, Floyd Mayweather's or Julio Cesar Chavez or Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, I'm the greatest. I shook up the world. Like, he's not saying and constantly talking about losing and if I lose and when I should lose. So Joshua, I think he kind of built up an insecurity, whether he paid attention to it or not, or if it was unbeknownst to him. Like, maybe he didn't pay attention, but I believe in laws and attraction, and he put that out there. And then when the moment was in front of his face, he folded. He spit out his gum shield. His mouthpiece was on the ground. He was very laggy with the responses. And some people are going to say, oh, it's because he was concussed. But he was talking to his corner and saying certain things. He was checked out, mentally checked out. And I think if you allow yourself to get frustrated and, kind of mentally break down and fold, if anything, that makes things worse because you're not remaining calm and composed, trying to figure it out. When Andy Ruiz got dropped, he made a conscious effort that I'm badly hurt. This guy's trying to take me out. I got to go out swinging and I got to try to land something, which he did. So there was a different level of calmness and composure. I would like to have seen more of that from Joshua. Joshua didn't systematically break down his man. He's an Olympic gold medalist. And he did a rush job, and then he was made to pay. Now Pandora's box is open, and the world got to see Joshua on his worst night and everything that it entailed. So I don't know if we'll see the same Joshua because everything has already been laid out for you and exposed. Now people are questioning his chin. Now these stories about what happened in sparring. Now we see, who's mentally tougher. This short guy who looks chunky versus this guy who looks like a bodybuilder, So it's just a bad look. And I do believe what Tyson Fury is saying as well, and I've said it. If you quit once, then you're more likely to quit again. Look at Lucas Matisse. We never knew him to quit, and he was the machine. That was his nickname. Then he quit in the Victor Postal fight, and a couple fights later, what happened when he fought Pacquiao, and Pacquiao was giving him the business? He looked like he wanted out of there. And I think the Pacquiao fight with Matisse is very similar to me to the fight with Joshua Ruiz. Not all the particulars, heavyweight and, who was the upset and massive favorite. Not necessarily verbatim, but I'm just saying what happened. Lucas Matisse wasn't in a good rhythm. Pacquiao was hurting him. And as opposed to getting destroyed even further, which he probably felt was inevitable, he looked for, a way out to to quit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to just get knocked out brutally and cold like Dominic Brazil versus Wilder. So as a result, we'll just stop here, And I think that's what Joshua did. There's no way you could expect the ref to continue when not. He's like, walk forward. Hey, come here. Turn around. Doing all this stuff. Joshua's looking at his corner. He was just a mentally broken man. You know what I'm saying? There's no way you can expect to have the fight continue. No mouthpiece. You're not listening to ref commands. Your eyes look like you're not even looking at the ref at times. He just, probably like, oh shit, what the hell? This is disastrous. And I think instead of fighting fire with fire and just being like, man, I got to gut one out, Joshua was content. Like, let's just pack it in. Let's just forfeit. It's like playing someone online on Madden and they play the whole 4 quarters and then it gets to the 2-minute warning in the 4th quarter and you're still up by 5 touchdowns, and they know now at this point, because there's only 2 minutes to left in the game, they know it's really unlikely that they're going to come back with the 5 touchdowns to tie it and then get a 6th touchdown to win after they've already tried onside kicks and Hail Mary, and you keep intercepting and making it worse. So the online player, it says the game pauses, and then it says your opponent has offered to concede the game on Madden, and you're like, no, let's finish it. And then it's like your opponent has left the game. That's Joshua. That's how I feel. As opposed to, you know, fighting it out to see if he can turn the tide or, you know, lose on the cards. He knew he was hurt. He knew he was breathing heavy. He was tired. You know, he didn't have the energy to keep throwing punches. So he knew it was coming. He knew it was inevitable that he would probably get knocked down more times, further embarrassed, and or knocked out brutally by, you know, combination punches. So he decided to pack it in right here. Like, you know, we'll just leave it right here. We'll just leave it like this. I already got dropped 4 times. You know, it's not even worth seeing what's going to happen next. And that's a quit job. So I agree with Tyson Fury. Anthony Joshua certainly quit, because there's no way you can expect to have the fight resume and continue spitting out your mouthpiece, trying to buy time, no energy, looking distant, not listening to the ref, turning around, looking at your corner. I mean, anytime you look at your corner and turn around, and we know what that means. So Tyson Fury's right, and, you know, it's a reality of it. Boxing is a brutal sport, but since Joshua has allowed this, I really feel like he did himself a disservice. If whatever happened in camp, you know, if something happened where it should have been postponed, I bet they're regretting that now, you know, which could be responsible why the dad jumped in the ring, because he went out like this, and this was worse, because now everyone's seen this. Now you got to try to beat a man who you gave every bit of confidence to, and the world's seen that you were every bit broken. It's a hard proposition to try to fix in 4 or 5 months. You know, Joshua has power, so it's possible that he can connect on Andy Ruiz and hurt him early, but I think the ebb and flow and the confidence and momentum is definitely with Andy Ruiz in the rematch. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree? Is Tyson Fury being too harsh, or do you agree that Joshua quit? If you disagree, please let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. If you're new, consider subscribing. We working.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.